For my grandfather's 80th birthday, I returned to City A with my daughter. That afternoon, we stopped by the mall. While standing in line to buy blind boxes for her, I suddenly heard someone calling me. Turning around, I saw Liam's personal secretary, his face full of surprise as if he had just seen a ghost. He rushed toward me, his voice almost trembling with excitement. "Miss Melinda, you're finally back. Have you come to your senses? Did you return to marry Mr. Liam?" I stared at him calmly, unmoved by his words. Everyone in City A knew Liam and I were engaged since childhood, raised like a pair destined for each other. From the time we could walk, the adults teased us about our marriage. Liam himself, when he was barely 2 years old, had once pointed at my mother's pregnant belly and mumbled, "My wife is in there." Since then, our families treated it as fate. We grew up side by side like shadow and echo. But everything changed when we turned 19. That was when Liam met Harper, a timid, poor student from his university. He fell for her quickly, too quickly. One night, Harper framed me. Without even questioning me, without giving me a chance to explain, Liam kicked me into the pool at my own birthday party. Cold water swallowed me, and my heart shattered. That night, I boarded a plane and left City A. I didn't return for 5 years. Now standing in the mall, Liam's secretary chattered on, still blind to the irony. "Mr. Liam has never stopped thinking about you. He even placed Miss Harper in a villa on the edge of the city so she wouldn't disturb you. As long as you admit your mistake, Mr. Liam is willing to keep his promise and marry you." I gave him a faint smile, then pointed at the small girl beside me. Her expression was cool, but her eyes, so much like mine, shone with intelligence. "This is my daughter." "She's already in kindergarten?" The secretary's eyes widened. His expression flickered between disbelief and scorn. Later, my daughter participated in a citywide composition competition, one Liam had arranged in Harper's honor. But it was my daughter who stunned the audience. Her music was mature beyond her years, delicate and ethereal, winning her first place and the admiration of everyone. Liam, watching from the crowd, couldn't hide the redness in his eyes. The secretary, however, sneered at me, his gaze falling on my plain clothes. "Miss Melinda, is this what you've become?" The once proud daughter of the Joe family now dresses worse than Harper. "Look at your aura, there's simply no comparison. After you left, Mr. Liam, in anger, burned every single thing you ever gave him. But afterward, he regretted it deeply. Our Mr. Liam is a man of true feelings." I stared at him without answering, marveling again at how people of the same kind always stick together. He went on rambling, finally blurting out, "Stop pretending. Everyone in City A knows you're hopelessly in love with Mr. Liam. And your child. Who else could she belong to, if not him?" I shot him a cold glance, my voice low. "Bark at me one more time and you'll regret it." Startled, he froze, but I didn't linger. Taking my daughter's hand, I turned and walked away. His voice still echoed behind me, sharp and pitiful. "Miss Melinda, go apologize now. Do you think Mr. Liam can wait for you another 5 years? Who else would tolerate you but him?" I laughed bitterly and sighed. What kind of person am I? A girl whose marriage was sealed before birth, whose life had been tied to his from the start. My childhood revolved around him, my joy, my sorrow, my hopes. But once Harper appeared, everything changed. I still remember when he went to university in City B while I was in high school. At the airport, I clung to his arm, reluctant to let him go. He promised to return for winter break with gifts. 10 of them, he teased. But when winter came, he brought only one gift, and it was not for me. He brought Harper. That break, he spent nearly all his time with her. I caught glimpses of them around the city, at cafes, parks, and even in his living room. Once I found him sitting close to Harper, leaning in to watch as she cut paper window decorations. She laughed at his clumsiness, and he only smiled back, trying harder to please her. I stood by the piano, waiting for him to notice me, then announced loudly, "Liam, I've composed a new piece." "Want to hear it?" He barely glanced at me, then nodded. I played with all my heart, my fingers aching, desperate for his approval. When the song ended, he gave me a distracted smile, before turning back to Harper's hands. Bitterness swelled inside me. I asked Harper softly if she wanted to play as well. She shook her head shyly. "I can't. Piano lessons cost too much. My family can't afford it." At once, Liam turned to me, his eyes full of reproach. He pulled her gently to the piano, wrapping his arms around her shoulders, murmuring in her ear, "It's not hard. I'll teach you." That night, I waited for his call, scrolling my phone endlessly. He never called. Instead, early next morning, he showed up at my door with a gift box. Inside was a plain gold bracelet with a ruby pattern, common, old-fashioned, soulless. I looked at it blankly. He frowned. "What's wrong? Don't you like it?" Harper said it's simple and elegant. No need to waste money on fancy designs. Every word he spoke carried her name. I couldn't hold back anymore. "Liam, can you stop associating with Harper?" He narrowed his eyes, annoyed. "Melinda, don't be childish. She's just a classmate and a friend. Not everything revolves around you." His tone cut like knives. When he grabbed my wrist in anger, pain shot up my arm. He didn't notice. He never noticed. My injury, the one I sustained years ago protecting him from thugs, never fully healed. That scar on my wrist reminded me every day of how little I mattered to him. At my 19th birthday party, everything came to a cruel climax. Harper arrived on Liam's arm, dressed like a princess. She gifted me something small, and when I passed it aside to be set down, she teared up, pretending I had rejected her kindness. Liam, without hesitation, defended her. Later, by the pool, surrounded by guests, he accused me of burning Harper. He demanded I apologize, his voice like ice. When I refused, insisting I had done nothing, his rage boiled over. In front of everyone, he kicked me into the pool. Water closed over my head. I laughed through the tears and whispered, "Liam, this is exactly what you wanted." The next day, I left City A. 5 years later, when I returned with my daughter, the past came crashing back. At my mother's house, while I unpacked toys from the car, my little girl pointed toward the gate. "Mom, why is that uncle staring at us? Does he have no money to eat? Should I give him some?" I followed her gaze and froze. It was Liam. He looked the same as before, maybe even more desperate. When our eyes met, he stepped forward, raising his hand as if to pat my head. I dodged instinctively, pulling my daughter behind me. He stopped, smiling bitterly. "I just wanted to pat your head like I used to." I ignored him and tried to leave, but he chased after me, reaching for my wrist again. I slapped his hand away. My daughter frowned and scolded him. "Don't touch my mom!" Dad said her wrist hurts a lot when someone grabs it. Liam's face paled. "Your wrist. Still not healed?" His guilt was overwhelming. Then his gaze shifted to my daughter. "Melinda, is she yours? Did you get married?" "Yes," I replied without hesitation. His expression crumbled. He clenched and unclenched his fists, pale with disbelief. Then, like a man drowning, he cried out, "How could you marry someone else? Don't you remember? Our engagement was made before you were born." I looked him in the eye, my voice sharp. "You ended it yourself on my 19th birthday. Don't you remember?" He stammered excuses, begged me to forgive him, even suggested I divorce and return to him. He promised to treat my child as his own, promised Harper would never appear in my life again. My stomach churned with disgust. "If you want my forgiveness," I told him, "make sure I never see either of you again." That day, my father opened the door and saw him standing outside. The cold look my father gave him said it all. Later, I ran into Harper again, this time at a music store. My daughter had chosen a tuner and was ready to buy it when Harper stepped in, insisting she wanted the same one. She looked at me with a practiced smile. "Long time no see, Miss Melinda." But before I could answer, my daughter stepped forward, her little voice firm. "I saw this tuner first. You can't cut in line. Cutting is rude." Her simple words hit harder than anything I could have said. Harper's expression darkened, and just like that, I knew the past was not done with us yet.